It's important to understand the difference between faith, hope, and wishes. You see, a lot of people think about faith, hope, and wishes are the same thing, but they are totally different things. You see, you cannot have faith when you don't have something to have faith on. Faith is totally different from hope and wishes. Hope and wishes says to you, it's totally outside my control. There is no way I can impact the change, be it on my life, be it on someone else's life, be it within the circumstance. But faith, on the other hand, is saying this is all up to me. Of course, there might be some assistance from somewhere else, but it's mostly my action. Like, I have faith on my progress. I have faith on what I'm doing. I have faith on my process. I have faith on my goal. I have faith on my destination. So for you to have faith, you have to have something you have faith on. Something you're working towards, something you're building. Either you're learning, you're beginning, you're trying, you're winning, you're failing, but you're coming back to it every time, to the drawing board or something. So don't mistake faith for wishes, for hopes, because there's a lot of people who are gonna say, just accept it, just accept your fate. That is totally different thing. Don't accept your fate. Why? Because your fate is a progression. El Nightingale says, the pursuit of a worthy goal. That's faith is constant. Faith grows. Faith develops. It's like when you're hungry and then you eat. You stop being hungry. You're satisfied for a while, but then you become hungry again. And that's faith. That's growth, because you keep pursuing something. You keep chasing something. You keep going after something. But one thing I want you to understand is faith grows within your environment. Like they say, you can never outgrow your environment. Most of us, we accept our faith based on our environment, based on where we've come from, based on what we think is the ultimate thing. You know this most time. When you travel, when you experience something, when you try something, your understanding of the world begins to change. Why? Because now you have a better understanding. And that's why you should never accept your faith, because maybe you don't have the full picture. Maybe you can't see clearly. Maybe you can see the world like Jim Rohn says, if you can only see the world through a small hole, to you that's what the world is all about. The world is never bigger than that. So maybe you're accepting your faith even when you can't see the whole picture. When you can't see the whole picture, you accept your faith. Not knowing that if you take maybe an extra 100 miles, you see better, you have a clearer picture. So never ever accept your faith, because that's not your limit. That's not the end of you. You haven't seen the whole picture. Why would you accept your faith? Why would you accept this is you? And some people say, oh Lord, just accept it. It's the Lord's doing. It's not the Lord's doing. Why would the Lord wish you to become less than you are? The Lord is giving you the ability to become better, the ability to grow, the ability to become the best you can. So why would He allow you to become less than you are? So never accept your fate. If you have something, work towards it, build towards it, develop it, learn. If anyone can learn, you could learn. That's the thing. If you can't see 200 miles from where you are, maybe you just need to walk 50 miles, then you get a better picture, or 100 miles, then you can see the other 100 miles better. So never accept your fate, because you probably are just seeing the world from where you are. Maybe you've tried 1,000 times, you've been rejected. You've gone 100 interviews, you've never made the point. You've never been accepted. Maybe you just need to brush up on your interview skill, read up a little more, do some research. Maybe that's what you need to do. So that's why you can never accept your fate. So don't accept your fate because of failure, because it didn't work where you are. No. Ask yourself this question: if someone else can learn, why couldn't I learn? If someone else can get better, why can't I get better? If someone else can become, why can't I become? Sometimes you're only limited by your environment. Maybe there's no one in your environment who's ever made it out, and you're thinking, well, this is the best I can do. Who knows if you push harder? Who knows if you were born in a different environment, a different country, a different area, a different skin color? Who knows what you can achieve? So never accept your fate because of your experience, because of what people say, because of where you grew up, because of your environment. Never accept your fate. And never accept when people say that's all you can be, that's your limit. No, these people don't know you. You know yourself. If you know you can't learn, that's up to you. If you don't know you can't get better, that's up to you. If you know that's your limit, that's up to you. But that is your limit. That is your limit. But you have to be willing to learn. You have to be willing to give your all. When you pick something, Cal Newport said, become so good they can't ignore you. When you pick something, you have to give your 100%. Regardless of you winning or failing, you have to be ready to dedicate yourself to that. It's like a sportsman. It's like, an academia, musician. For whatever you do, you have to dedicate yourself. You hear this every time, practice makes perfect. But some of us want to become perfect without the practice. We want to become superstar without being an apprentice. We want a CEO salary with an apprentice skill. That's why everyone they say I'm an entrepreneur, and then they give up after a week, 2 weeks, 3 months. Things are not going their way. Why? Because they want to get to the top without going through the process. They want to become the best without having learned from the best. So again and again I say, never accept your fate. The minute you start accepting your fate, that's the minute you're giving in. You're throwing in the towel. You say to yourself, that's it, you're done. You can't become better than who you were yesterday. You hear this every time. You are your own competition. You are your own competition. What does that mean? That's simply saying you can become better than you were yesterday. You are actually, if you train 2 hours today, you're better than the half an hour you've trained yesterday. So that's why you are your own competition. That's why you can get better. That's why you can become something. That's why there is no one like you. That's why you cannot accept your fate, because maybe from your experience, the maximum you've done is half an hour every day. And who says you can do an hour? Who says you can do 2 hours? Who says you can't become better than you were yesterday? So try and distinguish between faith, hope, and wishes. They say some people are just hopers and wishers. They just fold their hands and expect things to change. Jim Rohn says, for you to change, or for your environment to change, you need to change. You need to be able to have something. I was speaking to a friend the other day about the mentality of accepting our faith. Why? Some people accept their faith because they believe, they've looked at themselves and they think they have nothing to offer. So they go around begging, they go around wishing, they go around hoping, because they have just looked at themselves and said, look, I have no value to give. Everyone in this world I've seen right now who are becoming successful, who are winning, who are doing something, they are offering something. Regardless of what you think about them, good or bad, they are offering something. There's people that are going out to source something. It's always been the same thing. Being able to sell, having a service that people want, supply and demand. So whatever you are trying to do, whatever you're trying to get to, build a value that people want, build a value that's useful, build a value that people will come searching for you. It's never where you are, it's what you have.